What if everything we think we know about Doctor Doom is completely wrong? What if the so-called tyrant of Latveria is actually the one figure holding the multiverse together? It sounds impossible, yet Marvel's hidden clues suggest Doom isn't the threat. He's the warning. The Avengers might not be preparing to fight Doom. They might be relying on him. For years, Doom has been painted as another power-hungry villain chasing godhood, but Marvel Comics show a deeper truth beneath his armor. Doom understands the multiverse in ways no Avenger ever has. He studies its collapses, its fractures, its repeating patterns. And through every crisis, one terrifying constant returns. Doom stands between order and annihilation. The Avengers have battled cosmic beings, corrupted timelines, and multiversal anomalies, but Doom views these events not as threats, but symptoms. He believes the multiverse is sick, repeating the same catastrophic cycle. And unlike the heroes, Doom isn't trying to save one version of reality. He's trying to prevent every reality from falling the same tragic way. Many dismiss Doom's methods as selfish conquest, but what if his rule obsession is actually calculated stability? He has seen timelines collapse under free chaos, watched worlds destroy themselves through indecision, and witnessed universes crumble because their heroes couldn't act. Doom thinks control is not tyranny, it's survival, and that belief changes everything. Hidden deep in Marvel lore is a dark secret Doom discovered long before even Reed Richards understood the truth. The multiverse is not infinite by design. It is finite by pattern. Every destruction, every incursion, every collapsing branch, all part of a cycle orchestrated by a force older than existence itself. Doom believes he alone can break that cycle. In Secret Wars, Doom didn't steal godhood for pleasure. He stole it because no one else dared to carry the burden. He saw the Beyonders annihilating every universe, and he chose something no Avenger would ever attempt, becoming a villain in their eyes so he could be a savior in the shadows. Doom's greatest crime might be caring too much. This raises an unsettling question. Is Doom a villain at all, or the misunderstood architect of survival? The multiverse thrives when he intervenes and collapses when he's ignored. Even Marvel writers hint repeatedly where there is catastrophic multiversal danger, Doom is always connected, as if destiny forces him to confront realities no hero is willing to accept. Doom's greatest weapon has never been his armor or sorcery. It's his knowledge. He understands cosmic mechanics Reed never fathomed. He sees future failures before Tony Stark can model them. And he knows the Avengers, for all their heroism, are limited by morality. Doom is not. He will destroy worlds to save existence, a line no hero crosses willingly. If the MCU follows this philosophy, Doom won't enter as a simple threat. He'll arrive as a man burdened by knowledge he cannot fully reveal. Imagine Doom warning the Avengers about a coming collapse, only to be dismissed until the multiverse begins crumbling exactly as he predicted. The so-called villain becomes the only voice telling the truth. This concept becomes even more chilling when you realize Doom may already know the identity of the true enemy. Marvel Comics reveal the multiverse bends around a pattern of destruction triggered by beings who transcend time, entities that view universes like experiments. Doom has fought them, studied them, and even defeated them at impossible odds. The Avengers, however, have never faced anything beyond their physical understanding. They fight invaders, killers, tyrants, but Doom fights inevitability. He challenges cosmic predestination. And if the MCU embraces this deeper portrayal, he may be preparing for a threat so large even Kang seems insignificant in comparison. Some theories suggest Doom discovered a secret buried in the multiverse's core. Reality is deteriorating because someone tampered with its foundation long ago. A fracture spreading backward through time, causing anomalies, variants, and incursions. Doom's obsession with knowledge may stem from trying to isolate the exact point where reality first broke. Doom believes the Avengers, despite their courage, will hesitate in the face of the truth. He fears they'll cling to moral constraints instead of doing what is necessary. Doom views emotions as weaknesses that hold heroes back from making cosmic decisions. He sees himself as the sole being strong enough to embrace the burden of absolute responsibility. In the comics, Doom often chooses paths that appear monstrous but have logical purpose. He conquers to create order. He destroys to prevent greater destruction. And he lies because the truth would shatter minds. The MCU may finally present Doom not as evil, but as the only character willing to accept the guilt required to save billions. Imagine Doom approaching the Avengers not with a threat, but a prophecy, a multiversal countdown he witnessed firsthand. He warns them of a convergence that begins with small distortions, variance, time fractures, collapsing universes, and ends with total erasure. Doom doesn't want to defeat the Avengers. He wants them alive for the final crisis. But here lies the twist: Doom might also be the reason the Avengers learn the truth too late. His secrecy, arrogance, and distrust prevent cooperation. The heroes view him as the enemy until the real threat arrives, forcing them to reconsider every assumption. Doom tried to warn them, but as always, humanity misunderstood him. This idea aligns perfectly with Marvel's recurring theme, the villain who isn't truly a villain, but rather the only one seeing the full picture. Thanos had a warped logic. Ultron had cold calculations. But Doom sees the multiverse as a living organism, bleeding out slowly, and he is the surgeon forced to make impossible choices. There's a haunting possibility that Doom's worst fear isn't the collapse of reality, it's the Avengers interfering with his attempts to save it. Their heroism, their compassion, their belief in moral absolutes may undo the stability Doom is trying to create. He doesn't hate them. He fears their influence will doom everything he's fought to protect. This tension could define the MCU's next saga: hero versus savior, morality versus necessity. Doom standing alone in the abyss, making decisions no Avenger could live with. While the heroes fight battles in the present, Doom battles the fate of infinite futures. And in his eyes, they will never understand the cost of survival. What makes Doom's role more compelling is his humanity. Despite his harsh methods, Doom is driven by loss: his mother's death, his disfigured face, his rivalry with Reed. Pain shaped him into a protector who believes suffering builds strength. Doom saves the multiverse not out of kindness, but because he refuses to let anyone else endure what he did. If MCU Doom undergoes similar experiences, his motivations will be deeply emotional. His desperation to prevent multiversal death could reflect the trauma of losing his mother to dark forces. Doom might believe every universe deserves the protection he couldn't give her, leading him to sacrifice his reputation, morality, and soul to prevent cosmic tragedy. There's another hidden clue in Marvel storytelling. Doom's presence often marks the moment reality begins unraveling. His arrival foreshadows catastrophic events because he always moves toward the epicenter of danger. Doom doesn't follow disasters. Disasters follow him because he seeks the truth they reveal. This dynamic sets the stage for an Avengers team that misinterprets Doom's actions. When he tamps down anomalies, they think he's causing them. When he confronts cosmic beings, they believe he's allying with them. When he hides knowledge, they assume he's planning conquest. Doom's truth becomes the Avengers' illusion. Imagine Doom trying to stabilize an incursion only for the Avengers to stop him, making the collapse worse. That moment would define the tragedy of misunderstanding. Doom isn't an enemy, they're sabotaging the very man trying to save them. And Doom, in frustration, may finally decide humanity is too stubborn to preserve. This is where the story becomes profound. Doom doesn't want to destroy the Avengers. He wants them to understand the burden he carries. But their refusal forces him to become what they fear. Doom transforms into the villain not because he is evil, but because they leave him no other role to play. The villain becomes the sacrifice. By the time the Avengers realize Doom's true intentions, it may be too late. A threat beyond imagination, a beyonder, a multiversal parasite, a cosmic programmer begins unraveling existence. And the only person with prior knowledge, prior experience, and a solution crafted through decades of multiversal study is Doom. This might lead to the ultimate twist. The Avengers must choose between trusting Doom or watching the multiverse die. The man they viewed as a despot becomes their final hope. And Doom, after a lifetime of isolation, finds himself bearing the weight of cooperation. His destiny was never to rule, but to save those who hate him. If Marvel adopts this direction, Doom becomes the emotional core of the next saga. Not a tyrant, not a conqueror, but a tragic guardian performing the impossible. A man willing to become the villain so others can remain heroes. A protector cursed with knowledge too heavy for any Avenger to carry. Doom may even reveal the truth behind Kang's failure. Kang fights for dominance over timelines he wants to shape, but Doom fights for the survival of timelines that shouldn't exist. Kang rules time. Doom protects existence. Kang sees power. Doom sees patterns. Their philosophies are not rivals, they are opposites. This rivalry could shape the MCU's next climax. Doom uses knowledge. Kang uses force. Doom unites fragments of reality. Kang destroys them. Doom anticipates the collapse, Kang accelerates it, and in the center of this cosmic war stand the Avengers trying desperately to understand a conflict far bigger than themselves. As multiversal anomalies escalate, Doom may take bolder steps. He could create sanctuaries, destroy unstable timelines, or even test the Avengers' resolve. Each action misunderstood, each warning ignored. Until the pattern Doom predicted becomes undeniable, the multiverse begins folding inward like paper consumed by fire. At that moment, the Avengers will realize Doom was never fighting them. He was fighting fate, and the hero's greatest challenge won't be defeating Doom. It will be matching his courage, his ruthlessness, and his willingness to make painful decisions. Doom will push them to evolve into protectors of not just a world, but all worlds. In the end, Doom's secret is simple yet terrifying. The multiverse isn't breaking because of villains, it's breaking because it was always meant to. And only someone who refuses destiny, someone who defies inevitability, can rewrite its future. Doom believes he is that someone, and he may be right. If the Avengers accept this truth, they gain an ally whose brilliance eclipses Stark, whose strategy rivals Strange, and whose resolve surpasses everyone. But if they continue fearing him, they risk losing their only guide. The future of the MCU might boil down to one question: can heroes trust a savior wearing a villain's mask? This paradox defines Doom's role. He saves by conquering. He protects by deceiving. He warns by threatening. Doom's morality may be complex, but his mission is clear: preserve existence at any cost. And whether the Avengers stand beside or against him, Doom will walk the path destiny carved for him long before they existed. Marvel might deliver its darkest twist, yet the Avengers are not preparing to defeat Dr. Doom. They are preparing to follow him. Because after all the betrayals, battles, and misunderstandings, they will learn the truth that reshapes everything. Doom was never the danger. Doom was the defense. If the multiverse survives, it will be because Doom chose survival over reputation. He chose truth over comfort. He chose sacrifice over glory. And in the final moment, when reality collapses into silence, Doom won't ask for recognition. He will simply do what he has always done: carry the burden alone. The greatest hero of the multiverse may always appear as its greatest villain, and that is the tragedy, the brilliance, and the destiny of Victor Von Doom. If you enjoyed this deep dive theory and want more mind-bending Marvel explanations, multiverse secrets, and next saga breakdowns, make sure to like the video, subscribe to FilmVerse Hollywood, and hit the bell so you never miss the next big Marvel reveal.